hello, beloved souls. Thanks for joining me. So, I wanted to give you guys a quick update to the whole digging my ditches thing. So we were supposed to be out last week and that got delayed, right? And I was literally like, what the fuck? Like anxiety, fear, like having to like do all the things that I tell everyone else to do. I'm tapping away, I'm journaling, I'm in prayer and meditation. Like I'm just like trying to, because I'm like, stop overthinking this, stop overthinking this. So, partially got delayed from the person that had stepped into the vision of driving me and the kids down and doing this whole like road trip, right? That person had got called back to work. So, in their mind, they just like flipped out, and I'm like, pause, relax, hold on. If that's the case, then the case is that you're not meant to come at this time. Like, divine timing works in all situations. It's not just for me, right? Because there's a lot of other players in place. So, as she stepped out of the role, the person that I had initially called when the vision came to my mind, contacted me and was back in town and was like, "Oh, hey, so I'm ready, or if you need me, I'll step in whenever." And I'm like, "Cause look at God, right?" And then selling some of the stuff got delayed, and I'm talking to some people, and I'm like, God, just let my items go to the perfect family, like for the perfect price, because I'm getting like weird energies, and obviously I don't want any weirdos around me or my kids. So everything is on pause. So I was trying to figure out like, okay, what's happening, and I realized that I was holding on too tightly, right? So we have to get into the state of surrender, right? And release. And although I had asked, right, and I'm believing, and obviously I'm digging my ditches. I wish you could see my house right now. It's covered in, we're living out of boxes, right? And like running through the last bits of food because I'm trying to empty everything out still. But I bought a little bit of food last week to because I had people over. I've been saying goodbye on almost a daily basis, meeting people that are going to be moving to the area or that have family in the area, so giving me connections down there. So it's amazing because even though we didn't leave during the time frame in our human minds that we should have by the end of my lease, I was able to extend my lease, stay for another week, pause on my like cutoff notices, like give myself another week to just get settled, and then I was guided to get back to work, to like reconnect with you guys and to do some more channeling and to like focus on the business. And I was like, okay, well, and it was like I had until October 31st when my lease expired, right? So in my mind, this has to happen before that time. In God's mind, it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen, right? And so I'm a big knower and I'm hugely aware that things happen in divine timing. This is the work that I do. I know this. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in my life. Miracle on top of miracle on top of miracle on top of miracle. And then I still get humany when it comes to myself and kind of like get a little restricted, right? So I'm still learning and growing and developing this ability to release, right? And to really trust and to surrender. So in the middle of everything that's going on and trying to pack up all my stuff and people asking me every 5 seconds the same question, like, what's happening? What are you doing? And I'm like, done, like, I'm done with the conversation. Like, people are asking me so much, you think that they were the ones vested in it, as if this is going to change their lives when actually it has nothing to do with anyone outside of me and my kids. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But I know that everyone's doing it from like a space of love and a space of concern. And they just really like, they just, they want to make sure that we're okay and they love us. So they just want to make sure that we're okay and that I'm not like living some like fantasy world. And I get it because in a 3D reality, this faith and this trust that I have, this knowing that, all right, I don't really know, but I know, like I don't know the details, right? I don't know the details of how any of this is going to work. What I do know is that I'm leaving. I'm moving to a really warm place. I know it's going to be the perfect home in the perfect neighborhood for the perfect price. I know that it's going to give me and my children a really wonderful quality of life. I know that that's happening. No, that's happened actually. Um, and I know that I dug all my ditches, right? And so my reality has to catch up to the things that I've done. That's all I know. And having two children and kind of being like is odd for people, because they just want to know, they want to have control, but I can't outthink God, right? I can do all that I can physically do, but there's other players involved, there's other entities involved, there's other magic that's happening like behind the scenes for me right now. So I don't have to figure it all out by myself, right? Because I have a team of light. I got a dope team of light that's working with me, right? Putting the right realtor in front of me, putting the right home, like making it available. Like I'm delayed here like a week, right? But maybe that's because the home that's perfect for me wasn't available yet. And the people that are supposed to move in here needed a little bit more time, right? Like there's a lot of players involved. There's me, there's my landlord, there's my neighbors, there's this beautiful apartment that I've been gifted, and then there's a place that we're going to be moving to, which will have another landlord and more neighbors and more love and more walls for us to nourish and pour into and heal. I got so emotional walking through my house yesterday and just really giving my house a thank you because this has been a beautiful space for us. Like we've created beautiful memories. We've had so many good laughs. We've learned a lot. We've grown. I have grown, healed, evolved in ways unknown to me. Unknown. Parts of myself that are activated now I didn't even know existed before I got to this place. And it is by God's grace that we're here because it was by God's grace that when I was going through my dark night of the soul and I was going through hell, literally, physically, and spiritually, everything was falling apart and we had lost our home. And I felt disempowered and I was shown to come here. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I took a step of faith and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go and I'll go and figure it out. And I had no idea that I would be here and be starting a business and being really empowered and releasing myself from a whole bunch of toxicity, whether that was like within myself or relationships that were showing up externally, like healing and growing and developing all the spiritual gifts. Like I had no idea that I could channel messages from heaven. I had no idea that working for God would be so dope. Like, have you seen nuns? Have you seen a nun's habit? Like, I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. Like I'm not staying in nobody's convent. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Um, but I enjoy this life, right? I enjoy like the Christ light within me. I enjoy connecting to the angels. I enjoy talking to my ancestors. I enjoy knowing that I'm multidimensional, multifaceted, and that like there's all this deliciousness going on in the world, and I enjoy surprises. I really do enjoy surprises, and so I know part of my not knowing is because the universe knows that I like surprises. Like I love delightful surprises. I love when a friend pops up at my house unexpected. Like that's the type of person that I am. I'm not the shitty person like, oh, you should have called first. Like I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited you're here. Are you hungry? You know, like those are the things. The other day, I ended up cooking some food just because I probably shouldn't be left unsupervised in the supermarket. And I went and I was gonna make one thing and it turned into like 20 and then all of a sudden I'm making all this food on a Friday. Had no expectations of people coming over. That's my love language. So I was just cooking and cooking and cooking. And then all of a sudden, like my homegirl comes over, and then some of her friends come over, and it went from me just like cooking, thinking it's gonna be like me, my kids, and maybe my neighbors, to like having enough food for all these people that showed up, right? Consciously, I was not aware that this event was happening, but evidently, when I was in the supermarket and I was buying food, I knew, something was going down. So I'm saying all that to just say that, like, when you're holding your vision, you're manifesting, and things are happening, and you're seeing the signs and all this stuff there comes a time, right? The darkness before the dawn where things go dark. Things go dark. Everything gets dark. It gets stagnant. You don't see signs, nothing, right? And you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, what's happening, right? Because it's just like, yo, everything is feeling good and you got the vibration and you're seeing it. And then all of a sudden it's just like, where am I, right? The darkness, right? Right before the dawn of darkness. But in this darkness, right? Starting to hear the birds chirping in the distance, right? In this darkness, I'm starting to be able to see a little bit better than I was before. And I'm not sure where it's coming from, right? So When you're holding your vision and you're manifesting, just remember this. Yeah, it does get dark, and yeah, the signs are going to stop. But guess what? Before Columbus saw land, he started seeing birds and twigs. I've seen my birds and I've seen my twigs. Land ho, baby. Land ho. So I will keep you guys updated. I'm gonna record some videos today, but just know, yo, dig your ditches, right? And let the universe show up for you, right? I did all that I could do. I worried as much as I could worry. I stressed as much as I could stress. I walked through this house thinking it, crying, hugging my walls, being so grateful for every single ounce of love that we've gotten since we've been here. From my landlord being like, he literally is a hero. He literally is a hero. To like my neighbor and just all the love, all the love, all the people that have come through. It's amazing. And I'm blessed that we were able to be here and change the energy of this house because the people that lived here before weren't as loving, right? And so we were able to pour that energy into this house and really have this be like a pillar of light, like a sacred space always now. And now we get to go bring our light to the next place. And I'm really excited. And I don't know all the answers yet, and I don't know how it's all going to play out. But I know this God works magic in my life. I know I'm a powerful co creator. I know that I'm holding the vision. I know that I have others that are sharing and holding the vision with me too. I know that every single thing that's happening is covered under the grace of the Most High God, and that's why I'm okay with not knowing. I'm okay with not knowing because I know that everything is going to happen in divine timing. Everything is going to happen in miraculous ways, and everything is covered under grace. And so if I didn't leave yet, it's because I wasn't meant to leave yet. And if I didn't get that home, it's because it's going to be that or something better. It's always that or something better. That's what I sign up for. Give me that or something better. And if I didn't get it, that's because I'm going to get that, the equivalent, or something better. And I'm down for the something better because I can't outthink God and He likes to show up and I'm fucking spoiled. And so if my father absolute wants to spoil me, I'm here for all that shit. It'll be like my quinceanera and Christmas and birthday tripled up, doubled down, shake it up and spray it out times 10. All right. Anyway, I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. I'm excited and I'll let you guys know when I know later.